Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome if you are new. I'm so happy to be here today, and I am so happy that you guys are here. Sorry if you can hear Miss Lulu in the background. She's making a bit of a ruckus, so I apologize if you can hear her. I am so excited for today's video because it is a video that I have never done before on my channel. We are going to be doing a March TBR. I am a chronic mood reader. If there's one thing in this world that I am, it is a chronic mood reader. The chaos that comes with the books that I pick up, the moods that strike me is truly unmatched. It is actually an issue, like it is an official problem. However, I'm making this TBR today because I have noticed that in myself and my reading, I have been wanting a little bit more structure. I've kind of been struggling with having a lot of books that I want to read, but feeling like I have nothing to read because I don't really know what's going on. And I was talking to one of my friends about this, about how I wanted to find more books to read because I feel like I'm always looking for my next read when I finish a book, and I don't want to be doing that. I just want to have some like cued reading, and I realize that's kind of what a TBR is. We're going to be talking about the books that I want to read in March, and I want to say right now, I claim no responsibility. Absolutely zero responsibility if I actually read these books. Like if I read them, that is amazing, that is wonderful, that is great. If I don't read them, that is also amazing, that's also wonderful, and that is great. However, there are some books on my TBR that I have created that I am so excited for, that I cannot wait for. So I think that it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to read the books. So that's exciting. That is definitely enough rambling. Without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's hop in to the books that I'm going to read, hopefully, in March. I don't think you guys understand how excited I am to talk about this first book because I didn't think that it would be on this TBR. I did not think it was going to be on this TBR. I'm going to be reading Scotch on the Rocks, which I can't even believe. So Whiskey Business is one of my favorite books of all time. It was so amazing. And this is the second book in this interconnected standalone series of the Maccabee brothers. And I can't contain my excitement. Like, I don't think you guys understand how eager I am to read this book. I literally got the advanced reader copy last night. And the only reason that I didn't start the book immediately was because I had a midterm today. I am so excited. I need to calm down. This book is going to be about Juniper and Callum. Callum is a vet. It's an opposite attract romance. Oh, and did we mention that Juniper is actually the ex-fiance of Callum's younger brother? Forgot that part. My bad. It's so good. I'm 18% in and I'm obsessed. Juniper's best friend is dating one of the Maccabee brothers, so it's like so much like forced proximity. One thing that's also completely unrelated is Juniper's like really tall, and I love that because I'm also a tall girl. I love seeing tall women in books because I feel like a lot of like the stereotype is like small girl, huge guy, but like give me a tall girl and a huge guy, you know? So I'm very excited for that. I don't know too much about it. I'm going to be completely honest because I'm just so excited, and I kind of want to go into this book a little bit blind. Like I know he's a vet. I've met these characters. I know somewhat of their dynamic, and I cannot wait to read the book. I just don't want to learn too much about it because I'm just so excited to just experience what is going to be given to me. I cannot wait because I'm absolutely feral. The next book that I'm going to be reading in March is going to be Rebel Witch. This is the second book in the Crimson Moth series by Kristen Cicerelli. Now this book is one that I was really excited for, and I think it's already out, but my library hold hasn't come in yet, and I want the audio for it, so I'm going to be waiting for that. Since it's the second book, I won't get into what's going on, but I will let you know that it is a witch and a witch hunter romance situation, and I love the magic system. I talk about it all the time. They have these casting scars, and it's like with blood, which sounds kind of like you'd be like a little bit scared or a bit spooky, but it's actually like a really beautiful thing in some aspects. So I'm really excited for this book. I've heard really good things, and I really enjoyed the first book. I'm normally not a YA fantasy romance girly. However, this book was definitely something very fun. The next book that I'm going to be reading in March for sure, I can tell you that now, and if I haven't read it in my wrap up, like honestly just whack me on top of the head with a shoe, because like I need to read First Time Caller by Miki Borison. I know that this book is so hyped. And I started to read it on my Kindle, but I was like, the vibes, I'm not in the right place for this right now. And I was like, this book deserves right place time. I also had it on hold at my library, so I'm going to read it on my Kindle and then also with the audio from my library because I feel like that's going to give me like the best vibes. But this book has been everywhere. It's like a Sleepless in Seattle inspired book. It's about a guy, his name is Aiden. He is a radio show host for this love segment. He does not believe in love anymore. He's really tired of people calling in, just complaining about their partners and not having that like spark or really wanting something to like fix their relationship. It's just them complaining. So he's really burnt out. And then we have a single mom who catches her daughter on the phone with Aiden, the radio host, and they end up hitting it off and talking about her love life because her daughter was really concerned that her mom wasn't dating. And then the story just kind of goes from there. I think at one point they become radio hosts together because everyone loves them together, but I honestly don't 100% know. But I'm really, really excited. Thinking in March, my library holds come through. I have the audio. I have it on my Kindle. I'm ready. I'm set. I'm gonna go. And I'm going to read this book. This is going to be my most anticipated March read had I not gotten the arc for Scotch on the Rocks, but it is beautiful exile. Now, I'm a Catherine Cowles girl. If you've known anything about me within the last few months, I've become a Catherine Cowles super fan. This woman writes masterfully. Anything that she writes, I will read. These are romantic suspense books, and they are so good. I love true crime. I love romance. You put them together. I am a happy, happy camper. I just finished my 8th one last night. 8th book by Catherine Cowles since January. I have a problem. It's not the point. Basically, Beautiful Exile is coming out, and I am so excited for this book because we got introduced to the characters in Broken Harbor, which is right here. This is going to be about Link and Arden. Arden is like a heroine in hiding. She's an artist. She's living on her brother's property. She's living in like the guest house. She has a big dog. It's very exciting, very cute, very mysterious. Then we have Link, who is the owner of the hockey team that Cope plays for, who ends up living at Cope's house while he's like house hunting in this area of this small town. There's forced proximity. There are so many wonderful things. I want to read this book so badly because I'm obsessed with Catherine Cowles. I'm very intrigued by Arden, and I think Link is going to be very fun. I think that these are going to be some amazing characters. The next book that I'm hoping to read is really just like a broad category, one shall say. I'm an F1 girly to my core. I am the biggest McLaren fan. I have hoodies, I got t-shirts, I have hats. I am a big F1 girly, and so I've been on the hunt to find an F1 romance. And I think that this month I want to give one a go. I have yet to complete a full F1 romance. I've read sections of some. My Enemy Throttled I've tried to read 3 times and DNF'd each time. So I'm hoping that this month I can maybe find an F1 romance. I know that there are 2 that I'm really excited for coming out. Ride With Me. And then there's also a book coming out called Slipstream, which looks really intriguing to me. Those are not released yet, so I'm not going to be reading those. However, I think that just like the vibes of an F1 romance would be really cool. The next book that I have for you guys that also releases later in the month on the 20th of March is Code Word Romance. Now this seems like it's going to be a very fun rom-com. It's about 2 exes who come together on a mission because our female main character, Max, looks a lot like the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister is facing some death threats from some assassins. And she gets offered an obscene amount of money by the CIA to act as the Prime Minister on this annual Italian getaway trip in order to just be like kind of like a body double. Unfortunately for her, her bodyguard is actually her ex who broke her heart, and now they're forced together. And I just think that sounds like a delicious way for some forced proximity, some tension, and some fun too, because like pesky assassins, like that's gonna be just such a good dynamic, so much fun. He's gonna be like all broody over her safety. I just think that this is gonna be a great book. And I also love the cover, like the yellow, the things that are going on. Stunning. So this just sounds like it's going to be a wonderful story. The last book that I have for my March TBR is actually a book that I've not heard anyone talk about. It's called Eat Your Heart Out, and this book is about Chloe, who is an Australian food blogger, and she is competing against a bunch of other writers to write the memoir of this professional chef. Only problem is people are leaving, tensions are high, someone's been sabotaging her. It just sounds like a very fun book, and I really love books that have bookish people in them. I love Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I love any book that really has like a writer, an author, a book person in it, because I love reading about books. I am very excited. It kind of seems like there's going to be like sabotaging, tension. She's going to try to get this writer job, and like I'm wondering if there's going to be like maybe a nefarious element to it. What's going on? I don't know. I think it's just going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to give me like a little bit of something to tie me over until Emily Henry's release in April, because those are 2 competing writers trying to write a memoir. I don't know. I think it's just going to be good vibes, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, everybody. Those are all of the books that I am planning on reading in March. Now, depending on the reading month, I do read more books. Like in February, I read 10 books. In January, I read 10 books. So those are really good reading months for me. So I'm curious to see how many off of this list I actually read, how many books I read in the month, because it really just depends on the mood, the vibes, and what university is looking like. So I'm excited to jump into these books, and I hope that I read them and this video is not like null and void. But alas, we'll see how this works, and then potentially you'll see me again for an April TBR. I'm very excited, but thank you so much for joining me today and letting me just yap about books that I'm super excited to read. I cannot tell you how excited I am for Scotch on the Rocks. Like that is in my possession. That is what I'm gonna go do. That is what I'm gonna go read. Let me know in the comments below what book you're most excited for releasing in March, or what book you like really want to read in March. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everybody.